Ahoy, ahoy! I did not know you were here. So, the DC Extended Universe has officially kicked off. First Man of Steel, now Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Everyone on the interweb and around the planet has shared their thoughts or reviewed it. That's not what I'm going to do. Back in July of 2014, a fake BVS script leaked online. At that point, the movie was well in production. The script was quickly debunked and ignored. The cover said, Chris Terrio, David S. Goyer, Zack Snyder. But who really wrote this? Either way, I read it multiple times, back then and again before this. I wanted to bring this to people's attention, if you didn't know about it. And if you did know about it, why not refresh your memory? I saved the link. It will be in the description. It's a PDF file. It's about 151 pages. Go ahead and read it. While it's very different from the actual movie, it's strikingly similar. Now, I won't go into every detail, but let's break it down. Similarities, the major plot points. After Man of Steel, Superman is a very divisive figure. He's conflicted about his role as a hero. He's been trying to do good, going on the planet, saving lives. We're reintroduced to Clark, to Lois. We meet Lex Luthor, Bruce Wayne / Batman, Diana Prince, etc. Stuff happens. The Batman vs Superman fight, and their makeup afterwards. Doomsday is created. He is released. The Trinity fight Doomsday. Eventually, Superman sacrifices himself. The world mourns his death. Bruce and Diana honor him. And, Lois and Martha especially mourn him. But there are teases of the Justice League to form. Teases of Darkseid to come. The end. Wow. Sound familiar? Seem like a big coincidence? Now, everything else? Totally different. The context, the characters, their actions, the dialogue, several different new characters, etc. So, comparing and contrasting this with the actual film and how it turned out is fascinating, wouldn't you say? I was smart to wait until after the movie was out to talk about this. Now the differences, everything else. Like I said, I won't bring up every detail, nor will this necessarily be in chronological order. Just want to be clear. So the inciting incident is, in the Arctic Ocean, a Russian oil rig is being attacked by Orin / Arthur Curry, leading some fellow Atlanteans. So Superman shows up, comes to save the day, confront Aquaman. There's a focus on Clark's purpose, his impact on the world as Superman. Should he only serve America? Should he, be free to save anyone around the world? There is a press conference in the daytime where he addresses world leaders, and he gets to talk, state his beliefs. Bruce Wayne attends that conference along with General Swanwick from Man of Steel and John Stewart, who's a Marine. We meet him, yeah. Lex Luthor is watching this conference on TVs in his office, and he sees, pretty much almost anything on monitors in his office. That's how he knows so much is under surveillance. We're introduced to Batman in Gotham City. He is dealing with the loss of Robin, the loss of Jason Todd. He fights Victor Zsasz and his thugs. He saves a teen girl named Carrie. Dick Grayson as Nightwing shows up, talks Bruce out of crossing the line with Zsasz. Diana Prince, in this, she's looking for a fellow Amazonian who is being held by LexCorp. Diana has a fight with Mercy Graves. Diana saves this fellow Amazonian. We meet Silas Stone and his son Victor Stone. Silas works at Star Labs, helping Superman study his physiology and his overall health. Jimmy Olsen, we meet Jimmy Olsen. You know, he goes to places with Lois, takes pictures. Bruce was never in Metropolis the day of the Zod fight, and Clark never goes to Gotham. Things play out very differently. Bruce meets Lex at LexCorp to discuss their rebuilding of Metropolis. Lex knows that Bruce is Batman. Lex holds a party for the opening of his new skyscraper. Clark, Martha, Lois, Jimmy, Perry White, Bruce, Alfred, Diana all attend this party. Assassin David Kane was hired to kill someone at this party, and he does so. When Superman confronts Kane, there is an incident, and Alfred is injured, and that puts Bruce over the edge. It makes him decide to want to fight Superman, to test him. Lex actually gives Bruce the kryptonite. Bruce suits up in his armor. Bruce and Superman fight in Metropolis in abandoned areas where, you know, construction sites where things were going to be rebuilt. After their fight, they do talk for a little while. Bruce takes Superman to Silas Stone, save him. Lex Luthor, he's younger, you know. He does have the Jesse Eisenberg appearance, but personality-wise, he's much more subdued. He is intelligent and can be sarcastic, but he's much less directly involved with everything. His manipulation of things is much more subtle. Amanda Waller, we meet her. She's the head of Project Cadmus, which is, in fact, the Doomsday creature. Doomsday has already been created, and his body's been contained in a lab. The idea is that it's supposed to be a countermeasure against Superman, and Waller wants the President of the United States to sign off on this project. Doomsday can be controlled remotely. When Superman confronts Lex at his building, after their conversation, Lex is furious. He shaves his head himself. He hacks the program from his office. Lex controls Doomsday remotely, sets him loose. At dawn, I will kill a god. The big battle, climactic battle, Trinity versus Doomsday. First Superman, then Batman. Coming from the Batcave, arrives in the Batplane, wearing his battle armor from the fight. Then Diana joins in her armor as Wonder Woman. Cool action, more destruction, but military personnel, including John Stewart himself, do help civilians on the ground. There's a lot of, people helping out each other. Jimmy's with Lois, trying to take some pics. Superman does make the ultimate sacrifice. Lois and Martha mourn him. The world mourns him. Bruce and Diana honor him. And actually, Bruce design is there when Bruce confronts Lex at the very end in a unique way. And Lex, does not go to prison by the end. Bruce confronts him outside his LexCorp building. Superman's body is contained in a lab. At the very end, John Stewart is there, where Superman's body is, and he slips on his Green Lantern ring, and he receives a message from Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern, who's off on a different planet and warns him of Darkseid coming. That stuff doesn't work and makes no sense because Superman was the first contact story. But everything else is debatable. I won't say that this is better than the actual movie, how things really turned out, but I think maybe elements of that and elements of this put together could make the perfect movie. The ultimate cut, with all the footage put back in, is what really will matter. Multiple viewings, I do like the movie for the most part. A big supporter of this whole universe, especially with the viral marketing and all the supplemental stuff with the Easter eggs. Everything is just in place, perfectly, pretty much. Resembling. Things are taken in a very bold direction, and I appreciate that.